This is the FLW Arkansas analysis episode brought to you by Bad Boy Mowers. Now stay tuned. You'll learn more about how to fish better and enjoy Arkansas's amazing outdoors. Welcome to Lake Greeson, or as many of the locals call it, Narrows. This is a beautiful lake tucked away near Murfreesboro. It's known to have a lot of fish, and this was the first ever FLW presence at Greeson. We want to thank our friends at Bad Boy Mowers for making this episode possible. They are passionate about helping us tackle our yard work and will be providing quick lawn care tips all season long.
How often should you mow your lawn? You should mow your lawn often enough that you only remove 1/3 of the lawn's height.
Avoid mowing your yard in the same direction every time. This will cause compaction, which eventually cuts off oxygen to the roots of your grass. Also, it can lead to rutting, which in the end leads to an uneven yard.
Take care of your mower. Keep your air filter clean. By keeping your air filter clean, you keep the dust particles out of the inside of your engine and it extends the life.
It's just the tip of the lawn care iceberg. There is plenty more to come. Once you know how to mow a little more effectively, you can spend more time on the water. So now let's show you how to fish better. That's the purpose of this show, to provide insights from some of the best anglers in the state. First, let's take a look back at the event. What started with pure optimism early in the week changed to a sense of wariness. A front blew through, dropping water temperatures, and what started as a catch a quick limit no matter how small strategy quickly turned into a catch a limit at all strategy. Even the marina owner noted the early morning frustration.
You'll need to tell them that the tournament has started.
Now, there needs to be a little signal like in a hydro wave that just kind of lets the fish know, okay, it's showtime.
Yeah, we need to get on the phone and tell them it's time.
Then clues began to emerge that the rest of the field was similarly frustrated.
Well, they're leaving out of every one of them spots.
When anglers are boating, they aren't fishing. It's hard to keep a lure in the water at 65 miles per hour. The only people who control that fast are on the internet. The only reason anglers would spend precious time boating with their outboard is because they aren't finding fish. This sound means many aren't finding fish. But someone always finds a way, and here are two people who did. Matt Wood, who won the first event on Lake Dardanelle, he got into a good pattern here as well.
We're on something a little bit special. I mean, they're on every one of these points, but I can't speak for that side, but it seems to be every side that the wind's blowing into. We've caught them pretty decently. I mean, and like I said, I haven't ever fished any of these spots. I'm simply looking at my little rants, and I see a point that looks good, and we go fish it.
It worked, as Matt would end up in 8th place as one of only 10 boaters with at least 10 pounds. Louisiana's Jake Ormand had very little experience on this lake and had one pattern identified. He liked an area the locals call 4 Mile Bank. He spent all day working that bank while other anglers motored up and down the lake right past him. Jake ran his trolling motor instead of the big motor and pulled in keeper after keeper.
Your strategy was good also because it was efficient, because you only had 3 days to figure things out. As you said, you've only been here for 3 days, so it's not like you had a lot of history to go to. You went with what you thought, based on the maps that you had seen. Is that what made you decide on that location?
Well, I fished it kind of like I did Washita. Last year, the tournament on Washita, I found fishing practice on bluff walls in the very back of creeks. And I said, when I came to this tournament and it lined up to be pre-spawn deal, I said they're going to be still basically on the bluff walls. Well, there's really not many bluff walls in this lake. I got to noticing that that's really about the only one. And so I stuck with that one. And the weather this week kind of had me nervous this morning because it was cloudy on Thursday and Friday and stayed cloudy all day. And I knew today that sun was supposed to come out, and I didn't know if that was going to help me or hurt me. I didn't know. But We started on it, started catching fish. I got a limit, started culling up, and I had some other ideas. Maybe we'll go fish a marina, or we'll go fish somewhere else. And they were biting just fast enough that said, we just need to stick here. Just stay here and just keep going.
You had a tough tournament at Dardanelle in event number 1. Event number 2, you are currently in first place with 15 pounds, 14 ounces. You're looking really good for a good, strong finish and possibly a win. How does that feel as you start moving on into this season?
It feels great. I signed up for I fished college tournaments for 3 years, and then I graduated, and I moved into fishing these BFLs. And I just want to expand, learn more about different types of lakes, different types of water to fish, and get more confident in myself to move up either to the Costa Series and see where that can take me.
In the end, Jake's weight held by over 1.5 pounds, and he walked away with a first-place trophy and a check for nearly $3,900. We'll hear from other anglers in the field to learn what worked and what didn't. But first, it is with sadness we say goodbye to one of our friends. Mike Forey Sr. supported this program as soon as he heard we were producing it. You will recognize his face as providing some fishing tips during our first season. We only shot 2 tips with Mike because shortly after the season began, he began dealing with cancer. Saturday, July 1st, Mike passed away after a long battle with the disease. He leaves many behind, many friends in fishing. He will be missed, but never forgotten. Here is one of his fishing tips from 2016.
Yesterday I got big bass in the Costa Series up here on Lake Dardanelle, and my main strategy with that was flipping. And I was going to give just a few tips on flipping for the young anglers and stuff out there. And for the beginners, you want to hold the hook away from your hand. You want to let your rod tip do the work. It's very important that you set your drag on your tension on your reel so you don't get backlashes. And it's a very simple motion. You just take it, flip it out there, let it settle in. Don't feel nothing, you pick it up and you move down the bank. You want this to hit the water as soft as possible. You want it to hit the water just with as little splash as you can. And so as not to really startle the fish. Just like then it just drops in nice and easy, there's no sound. A lot of people fish these mats and they hit these little bitty tiny holes in them, is what they do. They'll take the jig and aim for the little hole and they drop it right through the hole and let it sink down. And you'd be surprised at how many fish that they catch doing this. You don't have to be real good, but you do have to have your practice. You do need to put the time in, because the more precise your casts are, the bigger chance you got of catching that 7-pound, 8-pound fish that you're looking for and winning some money in these tournaments.
FLW Arkansas is brought to you by Superior Auto Group. Not just better, superior. And by Bad Boy Mowers. Mow with an attitude. And by Certified Arkansas Bait Fish. Healthy, hardy, and safe. Log on to safebait.org. And by Intova Cameras.
It's a wide open, full-throttle bad boy country out there, where we deliver more mowers for every part of it, packing the power and speed that blurs the line between work and play, where true value is measured over time and time again. Classic, American, muscle. Make your country bad boy country.
Mow with an attitude.
I'm Matt McClung with McClung Equipment in Mountain View, and thanks for watching FLW Arkansas.
Welcome back to the Bad Boy Mowers analysis episode of FLW Arkansas. Let's get right to the anglers and their story of the day. Here's Israel Mills, who is no stranger to leaderboards in the BFL, but today was a tough one.
We got Israel Mills out of Donaldson, and you've got a lot of experience coming through here. Last season, good season, and every day is a new day on the water, though.
Oh, yes.
So you learned something today. Was this your first time at Lake Greeson?
Negative, no.
Okay.
It's probably my 10th time on Lake Greeson.
Okay.
I'm not originally from here, so a lot of these guys grew up.
Yeah.
I didn't grow up, and I've learned a lot over the past year or so. But Greeson, we're a little farther from home. I don't come over here a whole lot, so it's a tough fishery at times, and it could be great at times. Either a hero or zero.
Yeah. So. When the morning was going along, did you think you were going to be a zero, or did you catch early?
No. Second cast, I caught one about 2 pounds.
Well, there you go.
And I thought it was going to be a carbon copy of yesterday, which was a really good practice. That didn't transpire. It ended up being really tough, a totally different bite. No wind, flat water. Flat water's hard on me.
What kind of goes through your mind when you're having to think about the adjustments you have to make as an angler? Because you've got to figure out, do you stay, do you go, do you switch, what do you throw, all of that.
My biggest thing is after I do the switch up, this keeps going through the mind, did I do the right thing? And after a while goes by and you don't catch anything, and you wondering if you should make another change up.
Yeah.
And is it a location, or is it a bait, or what it is? What is it? That's the main questions that go through my head. What am I doing wrong? It's an equation usually. So, what part of that equation am I messing up?
Co-anglers not only have to deal with adjustments from the weather, they have to instantly adjust to what the boater in front decides. It's an art form, and Fort Smith's Previn Dixon handled that well. He fished with 8th place finisher Matt Wood.
We got Previn Dixon with us right now, and Previn, you were fishing as a co-angler back of the boat. You had a nice fish, 4 pounds 1 ounce. That's pretty good.
Oh yeah, it was very impressive because when I threw it the A-rig, I was basically catching little fish, and then my boater gave me a different type of color lure. I put that on right off the bat.
Goodness. So the little nuances can make a very
big
big difference. Yeah.
Because I was throwing a green and silver, and then he gave me a darker green and silver. And then that's when it was a bit of more bulkier bait as well.
Okay, well, those are the kinds of adjustments that you can make that can make a big difference. Talk a little bit about what it's like to fish in the back of the boat. You don't get to determine the direction or the location, when you're going to leave and all that. You've got to be very adaptable. What's that like?
Sometimes it can be frustrating because you want to bring everything in the boat, but you can't, so you got to limit yourself. So I just got to go with my instincts and go with what I know, and then do some research as well. And then hopefully that, you get somebody that is on fish, and like this guy, I didn't have what I had in my tackle box. He gave it to me. So some of the guys that I fish with is pretty good. They're very respectful, and they'll help you out to win as well.
There's a good brotherhood out here.
Oh, yeah. I believe it. I mean, this is my first year, my first year fishing Arkansas. Okay. Because I'm from Oklahoma, Tulsa. So I moved down to Fort Smith. So I'm coming all the way from Fort Smith. So that's about 3 hours away. So, but I have fun. I got my wife as well.
Good deal.
She's very leadership. She keeps me in line. So keeps me focused.
Hey, come on over here. Come on here. Stand right between us. Here we go. Come on. We're going to have a little fun here. We're going to find out about this coaching that goes on because, all right, so tell me, first of all, what's your name?
Dee.
Dee, okay. Dee, how do you keep him in line? How do you help him catch these big fish?
Part of it is getting him out of his old routine. It was hard for him to change, and I, basically encourage him, try something new, something different. You've been doing this for 15 years, and you haven't caught the big one yet, so you might want to try something different, and he does.
Oh, good,
yeah.
Good. Do you guys get to fish together a lot?
No.
No.
But that's on me.
Okay.
I'm a city girl.
She's coachable. I mean, she coaches me, and she's my spokesperson. So basically, she drives down here just to see. Even though I won't catch a fish or something, she still encourages me.
That's good.
And she's very
supportive.
Yeah, that's how it needs to be. That's great.
Hey guys, before you get on that bad boy to go cut your grass, go ahead and top off your tank. There's nothing more annoying than getting out there about halfway through and running out of fuel, and it's not safe to fuel up a hot mower.
Hey guys, if you want your yard to have that clean and professional look, try mowing your yard in a diagonal pattern.
Always mow at full throttle for proper engine cooling and to get the best cut. The high RPMs also give you the blade speed for an even cut.
FLW Arkansas is brought to you by Superior Auto Group. Not just better, superior. And by Bad Boy Mowers. Mow with an attitude. By Costa Sunglasses. And by Certified Arkansas Bait Fish. Healthy, hearty, and safe. Log on to safebait.org. And by Intova Cameras.
Guys, welcome to Bad Boy Country.
It's wide open, full throttle with a Bad Boy mower. Built stronger than they ever have to be and packing more power than you'll ever need. Bad Boy Mowers leads the pack with easy ride innovations that deliver a clean cut and smooth ride. So take us out for a spin and make your country Bad Boy Mower Country. 747 cc's, 60-inch cut, $49.99.
Built tough, power to spare, all for a better price. That's Bad Boy Country. Mow with an attitude.
Hey guys, I'm Lee McClendon from FL Davis in Clinton and Greers Ferry. Thank y'all for watching FLW Arkansas.
All right, we got North Little Rock's Fred Martin here with us. Fred, how did it go today?
It went pretty good. It started out slow, and then I changed over to a drop shot and started catching them pretty good.
Okay. What did you expect going into today? Because, you know, in the previous days, we were seeing some people posting some pictures on Facebook of some pretty big fish, a lot of fish, and then it came out slow today. Was it slow for you?
Well, yeah, like I said, it was slow at first, and, you know, I saw those big pictures on Facebook, and I was kind of worried about it because I didn't get a chance to practice. But, you know, we put together a good string, and the big ones started coming up in the evening, and I managed to get 1 4-pounder, so that kind of helped me out.
What kind of adjustments did you make as the day progressed on?
Well, I started out, you know, shallow, and then I seen the only thing was up was those little bucks, so we moved out and started catching the better quality fish when we moved out.
Well, this tournament is down. What's coming up next? Home water. Is this coming up for the Arkansas River, right?
Yeah, that's at home. Yeah, we're ready for it. We'll be ready for it. We're going to be some big sacks, too. Good. They should be done spawned, and it'll be real interesting. All right. Real interesting.
Good, good. Well, it's always a pleasure to talk to you. Best of luck, and we'll see you next month.
Thank you.
All righty. Cody, big day.
Yep.
Big day, but did you think that this late in the weigh-in, 9-9 would be flirting with the top 10? I mean, we thought we were going to have some big weights.
Yeah, there was a lot of guys expecting, 17, 18, pounds, but everybody knew there was going to be a lot of fish caught, a lot of 2-pounders.
Mm-hmm.
So I expected that it'd be a little higher than that. 9-9, I thought I'd be, just out of check, around 25, 30th, something like that. But no, it's good. It's a pleasant surprise whenever you end up in the top 10 with 9-9. I didn't get any practice. I've been working so much. I fish 3 times this year, and I fished 3 tournaments. So that's what I've been doing.
Well, you have been surrounded by fishing, though, with all this other stuff you're doing. Tell us a little bit about what's going on with Geared.
Oh, Geared, it's a new outdoor store in Hot Springs, Arkansas, and we're doing a lot of stuff for the anglers. We're really trying to grow tournament fishing here in Arkansas. Same as you guys, with the TV show and all that, trying to build some interest in it and make it more affordable for people. And we're really, pushing, rent to own and getting younger kids and people that usually can't afford this type of thing because it's expensive. It gets more expensive every year, and we're trying to get it to where people can make payments on things, and if they're able to save money and improve their cash flow on the tackle side of it, then they're more likely to pay an entry fee. And we need more people fishing so that more sponsors come and more money's into the game and more people get into it. That's what I'm trying to help out.
Good deal. Well, hey, next up is the Arkansas River, North Little Rock. Got any thoughts there?
It's gonna be spawn, probably maybe even post spawn a little bit. There'll be some buzz baits, some whopper ploppers be a big thing. A lot of guys throwing Carolina rigs, that time of year. But I think it'll be a lot of topwater frogs and stuff like that.
And if anybody needs any of that stuff, you have a recommendation on where they can look?
For sure. Just come over. We're at 501 Airport Road in Hot Springs, Arkansas, and we're a tournament guys tackle store. You know, we've got all the cool stuff. We've got big swim baits, big jigs. You know, I mean, big things that a lot of places don't carry. We really like carrying the things that you usually have to order and you have to find. You have to search the internet. We really like trying to carry that in stock.
Good deal. Cody, thanks for talking with us. Best of luck to you.
Thank you.
All righty.
Always make sure that your lawnmower blades are sharp. Cutting with dull blades can not only result in cuts in the turf, but can also lead to an uneven cut.
Did you know that different types of grass require different heights of cut? For example, ryegrass should be cut at 3 inches, whereas Bermuda grass should be cut at 1.5 to 2 inches.
The best time to mow your grass is mid to late morning. Let the dew get off your grass. Moisture on the grass can put strain on the engine and clog up the chute.
FLW Arkansas is brought to you by Superior Auto Group. Not just better, superior. And by Bad Boy Mowers. Mow with an attitude. By Costa Sunglasses. And by Certified Arkansas Bait Fish. Healthy, hearty, and safe. Log on to safebait.org. And by Intova Cameras.
There are easier ways to become a better angler. Join FLW today and take your fishing to the next level. Get the magazine, get on the water. Visit flwfishing.com/membership to find out more.
I'm Stephen Otwell with Capital Equipment in Sherwood. Thanks for watching FLW Arkansas. Fish with an attitude.
As some of you are aware, along with producing this program, I also serve in the Arkansas House of Representatives. At each tournament, we take some time to chat with the local legislator and talk about what makes their part of Arkansas special. Well, folks, you've been watching FLW Arkansas for a while, and each of these sites we are visiting the local legislators in these areas. And down here at Lake Greeson, which is also called Narrows, as I understand it, Representative Justin Gonzalez and his son Bennett is joining us, and we both serve in the House of Representatives together. Now, Representative Gonzalez, you got a nice little pocket of some good fishing right here in the middle of your district.
Oh, absolutely, yeah. Lake Greeson falls right in the center of the district, and I've grown up there, been fishing there for years, really enjoy it.
Any good memories?
You know, I remember fishing with my grandpa more than I do actually catching fish. We trolled around that lake I don't know how many times. He had a hot foot on the trolling motor, and we got around it pretty quick. But,
oh, that's good.
I really enjoyed it.
Well, this little guy, Bennett, how old are you?
6.
6 years old. Right before we started filming this, Bennett said that he caught a big catfish and he was looking forward to telling you about it. So tell us about this big catfish.
Big is about like 5 pounds.
A 5-pound catfish?
Yeah.
Did you get to eat it?
Yes, I got to eat the whole thing.
The whole? Was it good?
Did you fry it up by yourself too?
Nope,
No.
my dad did.
Okay.
All right, okay, so we got a little bit of help. Justin, we've got a lot of great, beautiful natural resources in the state of Arkansas. You've got some right in your backyard as well. That's something that we can really be proud of.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, we've got Daisy State Park right there on Greeson. That's a really nice area to camp at. We've gone to Kirby Landing a lot. Really enjoy that. As a matter of fact, we're going to go up there Sunday. We're taking our camper up, and we'll be camping for maybe a week or so.
Good deal. Well, that's great. Well, it's an honor to serve with you in the House. Very nice to have you here with me today.
Thank you.
Very nice to meet you as well.
Next time you catch a catfish, invite me over.
Okay.
All right. We got our tournament winner here. Jake, you had one heck of a day, and you were trying to have a good day. You knew you needed to have a good one because you weren't really thrilled with how it went at Dardanelle in event number 1, so you rebound with a win in number 2. You can't get any better than that.
Yeah, that's right. I came to this tournament really hoping to just catch 10 pounds, make up the points I lost at Dardanelle, and finish just kind of in the middle of the pack, hopefully. And it just worked out. Thursday I found a 5-pounder and 2 3-pounders, and I kind of sat across the lake from them and just kept watching that area just to see how many people were going to fish it and how they fished it. And for 2 days, Friday and Saturday, Thursday and Friday, nobody fished it the way I was fishing. So that's where I started, and I just stuck with it.
It worked. It worked. And I'll tell you, we had high expectations heading into this tournament, Mark, and some of the reason why we had those expectations because we were looking at pictures you were posting on Facebook. This lake was fishing exceptionally well all week long, but then the weather pattern changed and kind of altered our expectations a little bit.
It did, Carlton. Wednesday, Thursday, we had Wednesday was a sunny day, but still had quite a bit more wind than today. And it's being typically a clear lake, especially down on this end. It's critical to get the wind down here to get those better bites, get that reaction bite. But understand he was up in the dirtier water, probably not that big of a deal up in that dirty water, but just didn't get the wind that we probably needed on this the deeper clear end down here for this lake to really, show what its potential is out there, but still had a lot of fish caught. Good tournament.
Jake, you picked a good spot, obviously. You had a good strategy, but you also had some assistance in the fact that your use of technology was able to really help you isolate where you needed to throw and kind of how you needed to throw to it.
Yeah, I bought a Humminbird 360 transducer, I guess it was last year. And I started using it a lot back home. I fish a lot of little bayous that have some outside ledges, outside grass lines. I got used to real familiar reading it, being able to spot fish, spot little brush piles and stuff. And that helped me today on this bluff wall. I was going down the wall and I could see up in front of me. I had it set at 90 feet. I could see up in front of me. I could see if there was a log laying there that didn't come out of the water. It would be on the bottom out in front of the rocks. And those were the key areas. Kind of what I caught the fish on was any wood that was down that bank is where the fish were.
Next up, heading to North Little Rock, the Arkansas River. Totally different fishery. Mark, what can we expect there?
I'm not sure, Carlton. I've lived here in Arkansas my whole life, but I've never wet a line in that pool of water right there. We got a lot of anglers here that are from the Little Rock area. Talking to them a little bit about it, the big concern is, the big spring rains that we typically get. It's, man, what are we going to do? The river's going to be blown out, going to be muddy, going to have small craft advisories. But so far, it's been kind of dry. As you can see here, the lake here is super low here. But hopefully we can just kind of stay like this, and we'll see what these guys can drag out of that Arkansas River. I'm looking forward to it. It's been a long time since we've had an event there, so we'll see what we got. Well, it's going to be a good one. Looking forward to it.
Should be a lot of fun in an urban setting. Be able to see all of downtown Little Rock and North Little Rock should be a lot of fun. Jake, you're leaving here with a big smile on your face, a nice check in your wallet, and a trophy for your mantle as well.
We want to thank you for watching and also thank Bad Boy Mowers for making this episode possible. If you want to support Arkansas businesses who support our love for the outdoors, pay them a visit and mow and fish with an attitude. We'll see you next week from the Arkansas River in North Little Rock on FLW Arkansas.